So I'm gonna show you how to do some handstand practice, chest to wall. I really like to have my shirt tucked here because otherwise it just kind of falls down on you. This is my favorite shirt. I spilled coffee on it today. As you can see by the big, maybe you can't see that stain right now, but that makes me sad. But let's get to the handstands. So chest to wall is gonna be the best way for you guys to practice. It's most honest for a handstand. What I like to do is just set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes and do as many of these holds as feels good. So walk yourself as close to the wall as you can. You might not be able to get as close as me. And just practice holding this. As you're on the wall, think of touching your quads, your chest to the wall, and then slowly removing that contact. See, now you feel right now I'm like scissoring my feet. Right now I'm holding and coming out. So if you set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes on this, you're gonna rest in between. It helps to, as you do this, have more of an intention you're working on. So a lot of times if you're a fresh beginner, what I would recommend is getting better at your exits and trying to become more graceful there. So just going into each rep, like pre-thinking, hey, I'm gonna reach with my right leg towards the ground on this, or I'm gonna step a little bit away from the wall first and then reach my foot to the ground. Just planning it and being more intentional about your falls and considering the exit to be a part of the rep the same way too. The rep isn't done when you can't hold yourself up straight anymore. It's like, imagine if you didn't lock out your squats or your bench press or your push-ups or didn't get good at that. It's the same way, it's the end of the rep, so you still wanna be good at it. So plan your exit gracefully, see how that feels. So you just saw me go chest to bar. Another thing or chest to wall, which is the best, most honest way to train your handstand. Try to get up to a minute, hold on that for men, 30 seconds for women's a good place to start. Another thing that you can do is go back to wall. So this is where I at least started, and it's less honest for your abilities in my opinion, because you end up kind of arching your back, but easier to get into for some. So right here, you're just kicking yourself into the wall, just like so. So you can go legs straight, but I'm pretty arched. What I like to do is try to get my hips over my hands, pushing away from the ground. And getting some holds in just like that. I'm gonna change the angle here so you guys can see a little bit more of what's going on this. So, we're 3 minutes in. Timer will be going. I've only done 2 reps so far, but that's fine. You might do 1 rep every minute. You might do a few sets, but just practice. There's no pressure on it. Sometimes I'll juggle in between or stretch in between, but I'm gonna go chest to wall again. I've been filming a lot, so I'm kind of lightheaded and ready to go eat, get ready for my next session. So I'm just gonna do 1 more here. What I wanna focus on this one is just walking up, foot on the wall, nice and slow. Boom, boom, hand, foot, in sync. So you can see here my chest is against the wall, but my quads are not. So just 1 point of contact with the wall. I'm now gonna try to push away. 1 rep, 2 reps. Okay, that's all I had. But you can kind of make a game of that to where it's like, hey, chest against the wall, now chest off, that's 1. Try to build up to 10 of those. You can do the same thing with like feet against the wall, quads against the wall, and just play with different parts of the body, slowly exiting it. You're gonna find little pockets where you float, and you wanna try to end your practice on a good float versus feeling crappy. So try to get a good rep for your last one and then call it. So that way you end the session feeling really good. So this is a beginner's guide to how to start practicing your chest to wall handstand holds.